What's up, guys? It's Kyle Cox. I'm about to show you how to make a fantastic, amazing shake. It's probably never seen one that's better than mine, but I'm sure it's out there. Anyways, here's a few of my ingredients. If you can't see by now that I'm extremely health oriented, then I really honestly don't know exactly what health oriented is unless you live on an exotic island by yourself and grow all your own food, like, organically, and you know exactly what's going in and what's going out. But anyways, that's the intro to my video. I'll show you here in a second. Right, so if you can't see by now, I've got some, I don't know what these are. I like to switch up kind of what I get every now and then because it's healthy for your body to throw your body off. It's not good to eat the same thing all the time, no matter how healthy it is. These are some, I honestly don't know what these are. Friends Rockin' Rambutan. I've got to kind of look up what that is, but I guess they're distributed by a company in California. As with most great things, I'm kind of conservative politically, but as far as things go in California, you really can't beat a lot of what great thinkers come out of California or decide to have their companies headquarters there or whatever. So I've got some mint leaves, I've got that. I've got some Greek Gods yogurt. I love Greek Gods yogurt. It's a natural probiotic, helps you digest things. We'll get to more probiotics here in a second. I've got some plantains. Del Monte brand, and all this stuff I got at Walmart. And, you just have to be very mindful of when you shop. Obviously, another gallon of milk, which I have plenty of milk. I like to put also some whey protein in there, and possibly a little bit of honey, Texas grown style. It's where I am, so you can't beat what comes out of Texas, I guess. This is just juice I drink on the side, but I might add some in there, just some different juices, kale juice, and I researched all what's in here, and it's very great stuff. Bolthouse Farms and Naked Juice, they've listed their ingredients right there, and by law they have to put it on the nutrition label. So if anything doesn't match up, that's kind of a dishonest company. And chances are, if it doesn't match up, eventually over time they will be sued, because there's a lot of companies out there that have been sued by big law firms for not putting in exactly what they're reporting, what they have to by law. So we've got some spinach leaves right here, very fresh. There's just a lot of water on them, very naturally grown. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I'm going to use it to cook some stuff tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. Cut it up and just kind of see what the heck that is. It just looked pretty nice. It was pretty cheap, so I figure why not. Kind of get some nutrition label. This is I believe a pear. These are kind of expensive in Texas right now. I don't know if it's just out of season or what. This sucker was $2.28 to be exact, plus 8.25% tax. The state tax 6.25%. Erath County, whatever, has got a 1% tax. I'm sure the municipality of Stephenville's got another 1%, so that adds up. Here are my vitamins. I don't take all these every day because that would really kind of be detrimental to take all that every day all at once, but Spring Valley brand, Walmart brand. These guys have been sued multiple times for quote-unquote not putting the right stuff in, but I mean, I think it's a lot of, who wants the money and whatnot. I really like vitamins. I think they're very healthy for you. I take multiple different vitamins, vitamin A, lutein, and the reason why I do that is because there's an added feature to sometimes you don't necessarily digest everything you need to digest for your body every day. So, that's where vitamins come in. And, if you can get it in your vegetables and this and that, that's great. But, like fish oil, I don't eat fish every day. And a lot of these vitamins come naturally, but I really try not to eat out a lot. And I only eat from really suppliers that I know and trust. So, that's part of adding a healthy diet is, you can invest monetarily in companies and this and that, but really you want to invest in your health because, as it said, your health is your wealth. And I know it sounds very cliche, but, it's kind of the truth, because if you're not thinking straight, you can't think with a rational mind, or you can't walk, or your body doesn't have enough nutrients to learn and grow and really thrive in the environment you're in, then everything else is just a side note, right? Because I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but what is it if you're not healthy, or you can't walk, or you can't talk, or you can't think straight? It doesn't do you any good. I would rather be healthy and be a mid-class citizen than be unhealthy and be the richest person in the world, because if you're healthy, then you have a chance to grow and to learn and things like that. So anyways, that's just my lecture on being healthy. I also put a little bit of aloe vera juice. There's 99.8% aloe. This is also great to cook with, although it's not as oily. It's more kind of, I guess, water-based. So there's not really oil. It's not really oilish. So it doesn't prevent the pan from sticking like Pam or some thicker oils. And I really try not to use Pam. I've also got some organic poppy seeds, Papaver somnifolium. These are Afghan blue poppies seeds, which really help for pain relief and other things like that. If you don't know about the opium poppy wars, look it up, and it's 100% legal, but it's basically what they make hydrocodone, hydromorphone, morphine, which are synthetic bases of codeine and theanine and other narcotic plants. But I recommend not using a whole lot, because if you use a lot, first of all, it will kill you. Second of all, your brain naturally releases pain relievers, I guess you could say, naturally. So the best thing to do is just invest in your health and just have a healthy brain, mind, body, spirit. And you won't have a lot of pain in your life, because in my opinion, and I'll speak about God for a second, or God is makes these things come naturally. And whenever we go against God, we go against ourselves, and we go against a higher power. So it just makes sense to take care of your body as best as you possibly can, so that you'll be able to learn, grow, prosper, and live a healthy and long life. So that's my take on it. Also ordered this from eBay. Love eBay. Don't order from Amazon. I hate Amazon. I boycotting Amazon until they die, basically, unless they cut me $1 million check, because they don't treat their sellers with a whole lot of respect, and they mainly tend towards the bigger corporations, which, I'm all for making money, and I love making money, and anyone that doesn't like to make money, they've got bigger issues, but that there's a point where you have to, respect what you're selling, respect the business you're in, things like that. Amazon it doesn't do that, and they really rip consumers off by, inflating their MSRP values. So say something's really worth $100, they'll say it's worth $200, and cut it back 25%, and you really won't be getting the deal that you think you're getting. I've had this happen to me multiple times because I was selling things under market value, and then they cut me off because people, I guess, the bigger sellers were losing money. But that's beside the point. Also in here, highly recommend some kale, carrots. There's some bananas. I put a little bit of oregano, like 1 leaf in there, some blueberries, some pineapples, some strawberries, grapes, and raspberries. So I get my fruit mixture along with a bunch of other stuff. It just really makes for an overall great drink. It's good for your mind, your body. I mean, there's tons of iron, natural elements that your body really needs to just maintain. And when you don't get those, you don't feel good. You don't feel motivated, right? You don't feel like going out or trying new things or meeting new people because you feel bad. And that's mainly due physically because your body's not getting the right substances that it needs to basically maintain where you're at. And so the best thing is it obviously the mind. I'll speak a little bit about the mind here for a little bit. Your body can live. Like, in other words, humans have found a way for your body to live without every organ except for your brain. In other words, say your heart goes out. They can put you on, a transfusion machine or a machine to pump your blood in replace of your heart. If you can't breathe, they can put you on a respirator. If you can't go to the bathroom, there's alternative ways for that as well. If you don't have your legs, you can have a wheelchair or whatever. But the one thing that humans, as of 2016, end of July, I've not read any sort of scientific report where your body can live without your mind. So that should be a very key sign that mental health is above and beyond your physical health, and even your spiritual health, depending on what you believe in. But for me, your mind and your body and your spirit is kind of all one, but your mind and the spirit takes over your body. So if you have honestly, I would say it's your mind, because without a healthy mind, you can't have rational thoughts or rational prayers or communicate to people. Then it's your spirit, right? Because there have been great people that have lived that have a great mind, have a great spirit, and they're physically handicapped. Doesn't make them any less of a person, but that just shows you how important your mind is. So I try to take a brain health substance every day, and I'll show you what it is. But really, your body has to be healthy as well to support your mind. See, this is a brain health substance. This is the only brain health substance that I found that they sell at Walmart. Spring Valley. Spring Valley's cheaper because they mass produce what they have, and even there's two sides to every argument, and you can say, oh well, vitamins aren't good for you, and I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, you just need to get it from what you eat. Well, yeah, that's true. Maybe if you live on an island somewhere, you can get every single vitamin that you need every day. But I've not really found a viable way to do that. So, in essence, you take a little more than what your body can absorb in vitamins. That way you have enough. And you live healthy, you live strong, and you live with a mindset of, how do I better myself? How can I learn? Because the greatest asset to humankind is the ability to learn and to look into the future and say, how can I look into the future, and how can I make decisions that are going to benefit me, and not only benefit me but benefit others. As Warren Buffett says, if you're lucky enough to be the top 1% of people in the world, it's your responsibility to give back to others. So if you're smarter than everyone else, you should try to instill knowledge in others. If you're richer than everyone else, you should try to help people learn to make good economic choices in their life and things like that. So, I know I was just making a video on shakes, but there's a reason why I'm making a video on shakes and being healthy and things like that. It's because it fits into all assets of your life. So we'll get to making the shake here in a second. I'll show you how to make it. Alright, so here's some of the stuff that I'm going to put in the shake. I've got some, I think that's a peach or a plum, or that's a peach, I think, or whatnot. Got some spinach leaves. Don't put a whole lot in there, just like one or two, maybe 3, 4. Some milk, obviously, great for protein, essential fats, and things like that. If you don't eat like a bunch of fast food and things like that, because I really try to stick away from those, then you're going to need some essential fats from your vitamin D, whole milk. So a little bit of honey if you want to give it that extra boost of energy, because there's a lot of natural sugars in honey, so it kind of gives you that I guess kind of that instant energy feeling, because it's got some low-grade sugars. We've got some whey protein. I use about a scoop to a half a scoop of that. Some mint leaves for some flavor, and obviously there's some essential vitamins and things like that. I always try to buy USDA organic. I don't know what these are. Still trying to figure that out, and I'm sure I'll figure it out later. I'm just going to put one of those in. This kind of a new thing that I'm trying. So like I said before, it's always good to switch it up. I'm not putting plantain in that just because I have 2 bananas that are kind of going bad. So I'm just going to put a whole banana in there, some raspberries, some other fruits, and like I said, I just really try to switch it up with some oregano, kale leaves, very important, poppy seeds, not a whole lot, a little bit, probiotic, yogurt, maybe a little bit of carrots. I'm going to cut those up on the cutting board here, and a little bit of spinach cut up, some seaweed. This is kelp, which you can get a lot of the nutrients and minerals that you don't get from things that are grown in the soil, because this is from the sea, and there's a lot of benefits to eating seafood. A lot of people tell you, oh, it's bad for you and this and that. And there's always going to be people that say, oh, you don't do that, it's not good for you, or this or that. But the majority of people who try it and actually use it, have good experiences with it. And not only that, is the research is there too, because it's got some non-iodized salt and just some real good nutrients for that, for your body. Also got some blueberries, so that's pretty much what I'm going to put. Oh, and some aloe vera juice. It's hard to just really remember all this, but I'm really trying to I'm not really going all out, but I'm going pretty far out for this video, just to show you kind of what I mix up for my shakes. And it just started with really just some fruits and some kale, and then I just kind of expanded in some mint leaves and protein, and then I just kind of expanded out and started experimenting with honey and other fruits and vegetables. So don't be afraid to, you don't know what it is or this or that. If it's a natural substance, the worst thing it's going to do is make you sick, right? So, just do your research and don't, get sick on, like, overdosing on vitamins or whatever, because most vitamins are good for you, but you can die from drinking too much water and this and that. Like with anything, it's about responsibility and moderation. So let's get started. Alright, so I kind of finished up mixing the drink here. Took about 15 minutes or so. That's when you're really going all out, I guess. But most of the time my drinks take 5-10 minutes, but I really kind of went all out, especially because I went to the store and got some fresh stuff. So as you can see, that's what it looks like when it's all mixed in. We got the seeds, the poppy seeds, the protein, the peaches, the kale, the spinach, the bananas, all the essential fruits, pineapples, grapes, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, then I pour the aloe vera juice, and then to finish it off, you just kind of pour the milk in. That's really kind of what finishes it off before you blend it all up. I just got a new blender because my blender couldn't handle the seaweed that I had, and I still kind of cut it up because seaweed is very thick. So, it's good to have a good blender, and maybe I'll even get a better one of these days. But for now, this Hamilton Beach blender seems to do the trick for the most part. Hopefully it will do the trick for this. And then, oh yeah, the mint leaves. I just pulled the plant, set it by the sun over here, just to kind of really top it off. Those were really, the mint leaves. I started doing the mint leaves just because I was shopping around and I saw these leaves, and this is the first time I've actually bought a plant. So hopefully this water does the trick too. I've never really grown plants before, so hopefully it'll help. But very and also very, very good for you. kind of swirl around in there. Swirl for a little bit. The blending is the best part because you want to be sure everything's blended together. You get the mixture. Alright, so here's the end result here. We've got the shakes blended up very well. Some tips were to cut the carrots up, cut the seaweed up, because unless you have a really high power blender, it's not going to blend it up very well. So just be sure to cut everything into little pieces unless it blends really easily and it tears easily. That way you know it's being blended up. Also, another thing that I've heard is whenever you're drinking the shakes, don't just drink it all at once, obviously. If you know anything about health, you know your body is not designed to absorb everything you eat. It's just not. So what you have to do is drink a little bit, chew on it, because there's some seeds and some stems and some other things in there that you want to really ground up. Not only that, is you ever took biology or anything, you know that the first part of digestion begins in your mouth when the saliva goes and breaks down whatever you're eating, and it breaks it down by chemical digestion. So you have the physical digestion, which you grind up with your teeth, and then you have the chemical digestion through your saliva, and then it goes down your esophagus and to your intestines and this and that. So if you really want to absorb everything, just let it sit in your mouth for a little bit, chew on it, and just get, like I said, organic products and very wholesome foods. And I really hope you all enjoyed this video and learned at least something, and just stay healthy, stay fit, also exercise. Right now I haven't really been exercising as much because I injured my left ankle playing basketball, but exercise is another one of the many great forms of taking care of your body. So if you're ingesting this, you want to use your energy to expel physical and mental labor so your body can survive. So the best way to do that is to be extremely healthy, and really, I'm learning that if you get injured and you keep getting injured, it's a sign that you need to change something. And also, if you're like me, your mind works faster than your body. My mind, I think I can do something easy, no problem, but my body is giving me these other keys. So you have to really internalize what your body's saying, and kind of keep up and get the two in sync, your mind, body, spirit, everything, the three in sync or whatever, and just really go from there. So really hope you enjoyed this video, hope you learned a lot, and thank you for watching.